Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. If you're new, my name is Vilma. Thank you so much for joining me. Today I have a foundation declutter video. I've been thinking about doing this for quite some time. I have about 14 foundations. Well, I have 14 foundations. They're all inside this box. And I know for a fact I don't wear all of them. I'm not a makeup artist. I just have a weakness for foundations. I love trying new things and I need to give some of them away because I don't use them. Now I know in this collection here I have at least two that I feel like they've expired, but I'll still share it with you because I'm going to throw I'm going to throw them away. I'm going to tell you why I like them. And the ones that I'm not keeping, obviously I will also share with you why I'm not keeping them. It's not because they're not good. It's probably because the shade is too light or the tone is kind of like off. So yeah, let's get started with this video. So any foundation that I'll show in this video, if I've done a review, it will be linked in the info bar below. And I'm going to start by randomly just picking it up from the box. I have high-end and I have drugstore, so there's a little bit for everyone. The first foundation is the MAC Face and Body, and I have this in shade C3. I absolutely love this foundation. I have been wearing it quite often recently in the past couple of weeks, and I always gravitate towards this foundation springtime, not in the summer, because I have combination to oily skin and this is a very dewy foundation. It gives me a very natural finish. It looks like skin. If you have texture, it will still show it, but it will just enhance your beauty, and I really like this foundation. I've been wearing this now for over a year or 2 years, something like that, and it's a foundation that I would highly recommend for those of you who want something that is very light, very natural looking, and it just gives you a glow. Like, it's so dewy that if you have extremely oily skin, I have to admit you have to powder a lot, but if you just have combination normal and dry skin, you will absolutely love this. Next, I have the L'Oreal True Match Foundation in shade W4. This is one of my favorite drugstore foundations. I haven't done a review yet on this one because they've reformulated the foundation and they repackaged it as well. So I'm thinking of getting the new formula and kind of like doing a comparison video. But I can tell you guys that I really enjoy wearing this foundation. It's very natural, yet giving you a medium buildable to full coverage. It has SPF 17 and it lasts the entire day on my skin, and that's one of the things that I really like. Now I feel that this shade now is getting a little bit too light for me. I may have to go for the shade above this one, but this is perfect for an NC30, and that's my shade in the winter, and I really love this one. Next, I have the Dream Matte Velvet from Maybelline. This one, unfortunately, is one of those foundations that I'll never wear again, just because the shades, or the shade selection here in the UK, is very poor. The shade that I have here is 21. It's too light. The undertone is pink, so it doesn't match my yellow skin, but I do really like the coverage. But unfortunately, because of the shade and the tone, it's not one of those foundations that I want to keep. Next, I have the Bourjois Air Matte Foundation. I really enjoy wearing this. It's very matte. It's long wearing. It doesn't feel cakey or look cakey on the skin. And I think this is perfect for those of you who have extremely oily skin. And it doesn't have any SPF, so it's perfect to take pictures. Like I said, it gives a flawless finish, and I've used it quite a bit on my videos. At the moment, I'm not really into matte foundations because we're into spring, but yeah, it's one of those foundations that, yes, definitely I'm keeping, like my MAC Face and Body and my L'Oreal. It's definitely a keeper and I highly recommend. Next, we have the Bourjois City Radiance Foundation with SPF 30. This is a perfect foundation for those of you who have normal to dry skin. It's perfect because of the SPF, so it will protect your skin, but it's very hydrating at the same time. And I do really like the concept of this foundation packaging, like the sister, which is the Air Matte. I love the packaging, but unfortunately the shade is too neutral, too light, and I think I should have gone for the darker shade, but unfortunately I bought this one, and because it's also very hydrating, it doesn't really work on my combination skin all that well, so it's one foundation that I am not keeping. Next, I have the YSL Touche Eclat foundation. I have this in shade BD50. They have reformulated this foundation once again. I've had this now for a really long time. It's really at the end. I think I only had a few drops, but now when I try to get it out, I don't feel like it looks very good on my skin. So I do think that it has expired. But this is a beautiful, beautiful foundation. It looks so natural, so radiant. It has SPF 19, but I remember doing videos with this foundation, and I remember looking at the camera or my computer and saying, wow, my skin looks so radiant, so healthy. And I find that it also gives you that youthful look. But if you have really oily skin, this is not the foundation for you. Even for me, it would only last me about 6 hours throughout the day. Beautiful foundation, but I am not too sure if I would buy it again. But like I said, it has expired, so not something that I'm keeping either. Next, I have the Bobbi Brown Skin Stick Foundation. I have this in shade 4.5 Warm Natural, and this is one of my favorite foundations, so definitely a keeper. It looks very, very natural on the skin. I absolutely love the packaging. I think foundations in this form are like the next best thing because you can carry it everywhere. It's easy for touch-ups. It's just a beautiful foundation as well because it just makes your skin look 10 times better, but it doesn't look like you're wearing makeup. It's just one of those natural foundations for every day. It has SPF 15. Absolutely love it and definitely a keeper. Here I have the Boots number 7 Stay Perfect Superlight Foundation with SPF 15. Love the packaging. Once again, perfect for traveling. I absolutely love it. This I have in shade Honey. I do really like this foundation. It looks flawless. Your skin just looks better. It doesn't look like you're wearing a bunch of makeup. It gives you a bit of a glow, and it's quite long wearing. The only issue I have with this foundation is the shade. When I was matched, they matched me to shade Honey, and I know for a fact in no other brand I would wear a shade Honey because I'm more of a natural beige, golden beige, something like that. And it is a little bit, just a little bit dark, but when I use it and I do a video, you guys can't see the difference, but in person you can see that it's a little bit too olivey. I actually find it comparable to the Gorgio Armani Luminous Silk Foundation, which is one of my favorites as well. But yes, this is definitely a keeper. Although the shade doesn't match me perfectly now, I can definitely wear this when the warmer months come and I get a little bit more tanner. Next, I have the Gorgio Armani Luminous Silk Foundation. This is a beautiful, beautiful foundation. It's a cult classic. A lot of people really, really love it because it just gives you a flawless finish. It's what I'm wearing right now. It has no SPF, so it looks beautiful in pictures. I do think it's a perfect foundation for every day if you wear SPF underneath, obviously because you don't want to damage your skin. Love the texture. Huge amount of shades that they have, and I do really like it. Once again, shade is a little bit too warm for me. This is shade 6. I'm more of a 5.75. Unfortunately, that shade does not exist here in the UK, so I had to go for shade 6, but I mix it with lightening drops from the Body Shop and it works perfectly well, so definitely a keeper. Love, love, love. Next, I have the Rimmel Match Perfection. I have this in shade 200, which is soft beige. This is a really, really nice foundation from the drugstore. It has SPF 20, so it's perfect for every day. It has a good array of colors or of shades. However, the shades are a little bit off in the sense that they're not gradual. Like you could have this shade and then shade 300 is way too dark. There should be a shade in between. And I think from Rimmel, you should provide a little bit more shades because this is a really, really nice foundation. But unfortunately, I'm not keeping it because the shade is way too light. I find that it's a little bit either neutral or pink, but the texture is beautiful. So this is definitely a foundation that I would recommend if you find your shade available at the drugstore. It's definitely good value for money because it costs less than £8 if I'm not mistaken. And it's a beautiful foundation, but unfortunately I'm not keeping it. Estee Lauder Double Wear. Now this was one of my first higher end foundations that I bought after giving birth to my daughter because I had hormonal breakouts and I needed something that could give me really good coverage. But this shade over here, which is 3W1 Tawny, the undertone is a little bit off. And when I started tanning a little bit, you could see that I was wearing makeup, which is really weird. But I did use it quite a bit. I think I only have this bit left. But this foundation, I've had it for 2 years, so I'm not keeping it because I'm sure that it has expired. I don't use any makeup after 24 months, especially if they don't have an expiry date. I just throw them away and I won't give it to anybody. But it is a really, really nice foundation for those of you who want a long wearing foundation, something that can cover everything. I find it a little bit too heavy for me, and I don't think I would repurchase this foundation again, but I did enjoy it quite a bit for, I mean, I've used a lot of the foundation, but I think it has expired, so not keeping it, and I don't even think I will repurchase this foundation. I have another Bobbi Brown foundation. This one is called the Illuminating Finish Powder Compact Foundation with SPF 12. I wasn't too sure if I was going to share this with you guys because I believe this foundation has been discontinued. However, I do know that Bobbi Brown has a foundation with similar packaging. I don't know if they just renamed it or something like that, but this name or this foundation under this name does not exist on the website. I haven't seen it in ages. So it looks like this. I love the packaging from Bobbi Brown to start off with. Then you open it and you have the product right over here and a huge mirror. This is the sponge. I always use this sponge. Now, I love this foundation because it's very, very natural. It's sheer coverage, buildable to light and maybe over a little bit. It gives a very, very natural finish on the skin. It doesn't emphasize pores or anything like that, but it doesn't cover a lot. So if you like heavier coverage, if you can find this product or the new foundation that they have in similar packaging, I don't know if you would like it. I personally like it when I'm just going out for errands and I don't want to wear something too heavy. I will definitely reach for this, and it's perfect for oilier skin. So do really like it, definitely a keeper. And I'll put a link below for the other foundation from Bobbi Brown in case you guys want to check it out. Next, I have the EX1 Invisi Wear Liquid Foundation. I have this in shade F200, and this is my second bottle. Very rarely I finish foundations and then I go ahead and buy it the second time. That's how much I love this product. It's perfect for spring and summer. It works on any skin type. So if you have dry all the way to very oily, this foundation will work for you. It was created for olive skin tones and yellow skin tones. So I'm an NC30, F200. Matches me pretty well. I'm going to wait till I get a little bit darker because I find sometimes it looks a little bit too warm on me, but it's a perfect foundation for every day. It doesn't have SPF, so you need to take care of that if you worry about damaging your skin, but it's a beautiful, beautiful foundation that you can get online. So I'll put a link below in case you guys want to check this one out. I also have a few products from this line that I'll be reviewing very soon, but this product is definitely a keeper. I absolutely love it. Next, I have Dior Skin Forever Flawless Fusion Wear Foundation. I have this in shade 031. I've had it for a while now, so I do believe that this foundation has expired. I've had it for over 24 months, but I did really enjoy wearing this foundation. This for me is a better version than the Estee Lauder Double Wear in a sense that yes, it still gives you great coverage. It is quite long wearing. It's not as matte as the Estee Lauder Double Wear, and it doesn't look as heavy on the skin, or it doesn't feel heavy on the skin as well. I did really enjoy it. I used it quite a bit. I think I'm right at the end of this foundation, but like I said, it's been over 24 months, so I am throwing this one away because I don't want to damage my skin. And my last foundation is the Bare Minerals Matte Foundation. This product is perfect for my summer days when I go to work and it's a little bit too hot. It looks very, very natural. The only downside of this foundation is that it emphasizes pores, so I need to wear a pore filler primer to help the foundation not sink into those. But it's a very, very natural finish foundation. It has SPF 15. It looks very beautiful and it's quite long wearing as well. And I only wear this foundation in those days that I actually don't want to wear that much, because you just buff it in. It looks super natural, doesn't look like you're wearing makeup, and it's definitely a keeper. I've been wearing this now for a while. Highly recommend, especially if you have skin issues or you're very, very sensitive. I think this foundation would work wonders for you. So my box is empty and ready for a really good clean because this box looks absolutely disgusting. So in total, I'm getting rid of 6 foundations, and some of them obviously I'm giving it away and the other ones I'm throwing them. Let me know if you would be interested in any of the foundations that I'm actually getting rid of, because I don't mind sending it to you guys. Just let me know. Have no problems doing that. Just remember the shades. Let me know if it works for you. Comment below if you don't mind wearing a foundation that I've tried. All the others that I'm keeping, I'm really excited because I do really love them. I am trying not to buy so many foundations so I can actually use the ones that I have, but it's so difficult. So that's basically it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, found it helpful. Comment, subscribe, and I'll see you on my next video. Bye!